Rose here. As I said, super excited. It's so cute. So again, working on different colors. Fill in the green. So we're going to be doing that today. And let's just get right into it. Going to need some polyfill. And of course our standard tapestry stitch marker, pair of scissors. And I'm going to change it up today. And we're going to do the G 4.0 millimeter. Okay. Been on a roll with these. Well, right now I'm actually mass producing candy corns because I think I'm going to try and give some of those out. So the colors I'm going to use today, I don't know who these are by because they're all like in my scrap thing. But it sure feels like Red Heart. And it's a really dark olive green. And I don't know what this is either. But just a brown. But I've been experimenting, doing different colors. I actually would like to do like an off-white. But I'm not going to do that today. I almost was going to do it. And that's all we need. So go get your supplies. And I'll meet you right back here. All right, I'm going to change the color because I just did part of that and you can't see it. That green's just too dark. So I'm going to do this. Now this is Red Heart Super Saver in the minthy, but I call it mint. I'm going to do that color. All right, take two. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and let's do a chain. I'm going to leave it about 4 or 5 inches. I'm going to go ahead and do a slip knot. And I'm going to chain 2. 1, 2. And I'm going to put 8 single crochets in that first chain. And as I go around, I'm going to make sure when I turn that I take the tail with me. Okay, there's 2, 3. I'm going to try to capture that so that I can pull it and it'll cinch my hole shut. 8. Let me see here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Now, we're not going to slip stitch. We're going to just, we're not going to join. We're going to just go in the rounds. So in each single crochet, we're going to put 2 single crochets. So we're going to go from 8 to 16. So there's 1 and 2. And then we're just going to do 2 single crochets all the way around for 16 single crochets. Single crochets, and we're going to do another increase. Pull that stitch, and we're going to go from 16 to 24, and that's going to be an increase in the first one followed by 1 single crochet. So there's going to be 1 and 2. Go ahead and put your stitch marker in. Next one, 1 single crochet. Next one will be an increase, 1 and 2, followed by 1 single crochet. Next block, be 1 and 2, followed by 1 single crochet. And at the end of this, we will have 24 single crochets. Okay, 24 single crochets. And we're going to do one more increase, and we're going to go from 24 to 32. And that pattern is going to look like, I'm going to do an increase in this first one, which will be 1 and 2. Followed by 2 single crochets, which is 3 and 4. That's one block. We're going to make another block. It'll be an increase, 1 and 2, followed by 2 single crochets, 3, 4. Just made a second block. And that's going to be the repeating pattern. We're going to do an increase in 1 single crochet. It'll be followed by 2 single crochets. You'll have 8 of those little blocks, and it'll be 32. So I will just catch you at the end of this row in just a second. I've got 32 single crochets. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 rows, 1 single crochet in each stitch for 4 rows, and that's going to start giving us our height. And this is where you have the variety. You can go as wide as you want or as not. But I've been liking this. It's about like 1.5 inches, 2 inches height. I like these little flat things. So I'm going to stick with that. Pull that apart and I'm going to get in there. And what you can do is put a stitch marker in each row to keep track, or if you can see your little hump where the second row starts, you can use that as a guide as well. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. We're going to do 4 more, and I will catch you at the end of the 8th row with 32 single crochets, and we will start decreasing. In case you guys probably already know this, but it's starting to curl, so just take your fingers and start bowling it out. And it does look like a wonky saucer, but it will start taking shape. Once we start getting some height on it, it'll take its shape. Are you guys changing up your holiday colors? You know, normally I don't. I have the same ornaments, same everything every year. When I worked at Hobby Lobby, I was kind of fascinated that a lot of people every year change their Christmas theme. They'll just do completely different colors, different themes. So it was kind of an eye-opener. I really enjoyed listening to people talk about what theme they're going to be doing, and all the choices there at Hobby Lobby is just endless. You can just do anything. And it got me thinking. That's why I think, because normally for Halloween, I usually don't celebrate Halloween, to be honest. I might put out a plaque here or something like that, and of course do Halloween candy and stuff like that. But as far as changing colors and stuff, I didn't really do that until last year. I had found a piece, and then it just got me thinking about, like last year I definitely wanted some black crows. I don't know what the deal was, but I had to have them. And it's probably because I was working at Hobby Lobby and I saw the fall stuff, and I saw those black crows that they had, and I was like, oh, I have to have those. But I didn't want to snatch them up, and I wanted the customers to get their share. And then when it got to where they were about marking them down, there was 2 left, and I was took it, just snagged it. But this year, for some reason, I like these traditional colors, but I don't know, I can't let go of the green, so I guess I'm doing green, or this minty green, or aqua. I don't even know what color it would really be, but I just wanted a little bit of pastel and pink in there. I'm not a pink person either, but all right, so we've got our 4 rows for our height. And now we're going to start decreasing. And we're going to decrease the same way that we increased. So we have a count of 32. And we're going to go under this front loop. Next one, front loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That is the invisible decrease, followed by 2 single crochets. That's 1, that's 2. Next set, invisible decrease. Go under the front loop, go under the front loop, yarn over 2, yarn over 2, followed by 2 single crochets. 1, 2. And that's the repeat. We're going to do an invisible decrease in the front loops, yarn over 2, and then yarn over 2, followed by 2 single crochets. Invisible decrease followed by 2 single crochets. And I know I've probably already mentioned this, but the reason we do the invisible decrease is because by going under that front loop, the back loop hides down and it covers up that hole versus going under both and it leaves a big gaping hole. So I prefer to do it, and I've gotten to where I like it for everything now. I don't, unless I have to do a hard decrease on some things that don't matter, like on the bottom of a candy corn or something, I will opt to always do it. But it took me a minute to get to where I'm doing it because it was like a little bit different from my regular routine. And that makes the 24th stitch. I've counted, I've got 24. And now we're going to go down from 24 to 16. It starts with an invisible decrease, those front loops. It's going to be followed by 1 single crochet. Invisible decrease in the next 2 stitches, followed by 1 single crochet. And that's your pattern. Invisible decrease, 1 single crochet. And I'll meet you at the end of this one, and we will have 16 stitches. Yes, 16. Now, where'd my stuffing go? There it is. Nope, not that one. I'm going to go ahead and start stuffing it. And since this is a little bit smaller project, I'm doing my bits. My little walkie dance. Give me a hole. I can just hear my dogs outside the door. They are just shameless. They just can't stand to be away. But I'm almost done with this and then I can let them in. I like squishing it because it kind of gets some of the air out of that fiber fill and it settles down. Okay. All right, now it's probably no secret. We're going to do an invisible decrease all the way around. So it's going to be invisible decrease. That's 1. Next set of 2 stitches, invisible decrease. That's 2. Next set of stitches. Whoops. That'll be 3. And then we're going to do that all the way around 8 times. And then we'll be left with 8 stitches. And you know, you can squish it a little bit and then it helps bring those stitches a little bit closer. as usual, when I'm filming, I always forget to count. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I've got 8. Let's just go ahead and slip stitch in the next one. Do our chain 1. And we're going to leave about a good 2 feet so that we can create these indentions here. Just a smidge more. All right, now let's do this. Doing my traditional style that I've been loving lately, which is the front loop. I'm not going to pull it tight yet until I go under all my loops. And I think it was actually doing these pumpkins that I discovered that I can go under sometimes even 3 front loops. Saves me a minute. And do one more. Okay. And then I just boop. And I'm sure that has some important significance to do that at the end. Now I'm just going to pick up a loop and make me a little knot there. Okay, great. Now I got that knot there so it'll stay put, and I'm just going to find what I think is the center, and then I'm going to find that bottom hole, get my finger there, and I'm going to come up through there. And I'm going to start pulling it. And I'm going to pull it back toward me. Go right back into that center hole. And I'm going to keep my finger, one of my fingers, on that hole so I can feel where my needle's coming out. And then you pull it as tight as you want. And I have no idea how many loops I'm going to have. We'll see how it goes. I'm kind of pinching this just so it might hold for a second. Right back through that bottom hole. Pull it down as tight as you want. And I'm going to take a look here. I think I'm going to go right here. Holding it down. Go back in the middle. I can feel it stab my finger. I'm out just a smidge. Pulling it tight. And I think I'm just going to do 4 on this one. It basically looks like a plus sign, but that's okay. Yeah, that'll work. And since I still have all this tail, this is what I've been doing. I go back over them. And it's sometimes, and see now it just holds itself. Sometimes doing that second one, it just holds itself. And it gives me more of an indentation. Which I like. Oops. Okay. Now that I've got it the way I want, I'm going to wrap it up and I'm going to pull. Pull it tight, and I'm going to find any random loop, maybe 2, and I'm going to keep in this tight because I'm going to try to make a little knot. So before I pull it tight, I'm going to go back under that loop and then I'm going to pull it down. Now I have a knot, and then it doesn't matter. I'm just going to poke it through. Which way? Okay. Then rose style, I'm going to squish it up. And I like it. Let's make his little nub. This is 3 rows. Again, you can do the chain 2 and do all your stitches in the first one. I'm going to go ahead and do the magic circle. And we're going to put 6 single crochets in our circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. I'm going to find my first single crochet. And now what we're going to do for 2 rows, we're just going to repeat that. We're going to do 6 single crochets, 6 single crochets. So we have 3 rows total of 6 single crochets. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5. Do my trick again. Stick my hook in there. 6. I'm going to just do 6 more real quick. Okay. Looks like a really bad toupee. All right, the comedy never stops, am I right? If you want to call it that. We're going to go in the next stitch and we're going to slip stitch. Now on this one, we're just sewing around these 6 stitches, so probably 10 inches would be just fine. You don't need to stuff it unless you want to. I usually don't, so I'm not going to. Now, I'm going to look at it. This has got a knot on it, and that side looks really good. But this is going to be on the bottom, and this looks, I like this side better. The way I've been doing it is where I knot it off, I will put it in one of these crevices here. And it's really no science here. I'm just going to pick up a loop, and then right where I knot it off, which is really hard to see on this, I'm just trying to go under both loops, but if I just grab one, we're going to make it work. Okay, now I'm tied on. And then just as I go, I'm going to pick up something else. And this is the deal. If you can't get it one way, that's probably my neighbor bringing cookies. Do that. And then I'm going to pick up, I'm getting 2 loops. Okay. And then going in a little bit and pick up a couple more. And I'm basically I'm just trying to sew it on. I'm not trying to worry too much. But as I'm going, I can see back here where it needs to be. So like this one, I'm going to come in out. That's something I really love, is that it doesn't matter which direction. If I can't get it one way, I can go the other direction. Just going to pick up one loop here. And sometimes coming to the side instead of up. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, that's looking good. And I think I'm just going to put one more just for fun. Now that I have it on, I'm going to pull it. And it's just like when we sew in the top, it just makes it nice and tight. And then I'm just going to pick up one of these loops here and then make a little knot. Okay. And then I'm going to go right down in there. And pull it out. Okay. That's what I saw these black little hairs and I was like, oh, what is it? It's from this. Okay. Okay. Hopefully you can't hear all that noise in the background. Somebody's at the door. Let me go ahead and show you how to do this tie real quick too. I forgot. I like that. So let's see, what is this? About 18 inches. Okay, do about 18 inches. And take a look at it and see, do you want the bow to be on this or do you want it to be on here? You pick where you want it. I think I'm just going to pick up here. Just right, I'm kind of pushing this back and now I'm just going to grab it and I just want to pull one of them through. And then just like tying a shoe, I'm going to just tie it. And then I make a little bow. That's clearly too big, so let me just pull that. And I just have to fiddle with it for a little bit. Here we go. There. I think I'm going to snip a little bit more off here. Okay. Yeah. It's adorable. I like the little bow. I made them last year and I actually crocheted like a leaf, but pumpkins don't have leaves. I don't know what I was thinking, but still it was really cute. So I would love to see what color combinations you guys have, or, you know, hear what kind of color combinations you guys are going to do. I got some white ones too. I'm making those look really good. This off-white. And I'm not sure what I'm doing next. It might be the pot holder, the 3-bell pot holder. And I'm going to try to get started on that hopefully this week. And then we're just banging this stuff out. We are going to be set for the holidays, at least a portion of it. So until then, guys, I'll take care and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.